Wait, what is it that I just clicked in?
From his earliest public appearances, Donald Trump was laying the groundwork for a presidential run, refining his instincts, polishing his reputation as a businessman, and seeking out ways to raise his profile.
Our so-called allies are just ripping us off left and right with Japan and Saudi Arabia and Kuwait. They're just ripping this country off. And I can tell you, if I ever was in office, which is unlikely because I don't think I want to be, but if I ever was, that would not happen.
By the year 2000, his image largely stabilized after the bankruptcies and public affairs of the 90s. Trump was once again toying with the idea of a White House bid.
The President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Oh, you'll see today.
Sounds good.
Trump decided not to run then, citing issues with the Reform Party.
I'm not going to be running. The party is, as you know, self-destructing.
But just as likely, Trump's decision was motivated by uncertainty. At the time, Trump couldn't be sure that he would meet even the 15% threshold that he would need in order to make the fall debates.
I think the 15% is really trying to say that they don't want anybody trying to knock off the Democrats and the Republicans.
They don't want a spoiler candidate.
Excuse me, the people that set that rule were Democrats and Republicans. It's ridiculous.
But if exposure was what Trump needed, he was about to strike gold. In January 2004, The Apprentice premiered. At first, Trump didn't realize what a phenomenon the show would be.
The new reality
This is the most American thing I've ever watched in my life, I think.
brings together 20 ambitious contestants hoping to survive in New York's corporate jungle. Donald Trump and Mark Burnett, good morning. Nice to see you guys.
Hello, Katie.
Why?
I have absolutely no idea,
But The Apprentice was a giant hit.
You're fired!
And when the season ended in April, Trump was ascending to new heights.
At a bar in Chicago, the hometown of the new Apprentice, it sounded as loud as a Cubs victory party.
How ironic.
The Apprentice portrayed Donald Trump in the most flattering possible light. As the host of the show, Trump came across like an able commander, a morally strong but fair leader, and a tycoon who couldn't fail.
Doesn't
You know,
it?
I've always got a lot of attention. This is getting a little ridiculous, and I had no idea it was going to do this.
Come on.
Katie, don't get
Don't get started with
They told me you were going to be nice today.
Trump the man wasn't the only beneficiary of the show. Trump the brand was featured prominently, from Trump bottled water to the troublesome Atlantic City casino, the Trump
Okay, chat, listen. Nobody bought this, okay? Guys, I don't know what that is. No way anybody bought this shit.
Atlantic City Casino, the Trump Taj Mahal.
Well, he may have a hit show right here on NBC and plenty of money in the bank, but Donald Trump's hotels and casino resorts are in deep debt to the tune of nearly $2 billion.
The casinos make less than 1% of my empire, so to speak. I mean, it's a small, relatively small investment for me.
The Apprentice was immediately renewed, and Trump's popularity was at its peak.
Donald Trump is calling for a redesign of the World Trade Center site to, in effect, rebuild the Twin Towers, making them 1 foot taller than the originals.
He soon married longtime girlfriend Melania Knauss at a celebrity-packed wedding.
Who was the most glamorous guest in your view?
Well, I would say, you know, you had Anna Wintour there and Andre Leontali from Vogue, who were terrific people, and Hillary Clinton looked fantastic. And
the show opened up new licensing deals for Trump, and it validated his strategy of branding over building.
He's the dean of his own university.
Being tasty for just $1.
I have to say hello to my boss. You might have met your match here.
And by the end of the year, he was back to talking about the White House.
I will run. Next time.
Taking cameras with him to vote in the presidential election. Though Trump had some trouble finding his polling place.
Oh, why? Do I have to go to a different place, actually?
Yeah. There's a little drama at the polling booth. We like
Do me a favor, double check.
We have the paperwork.
Double check.
they don't have it here either. You believe me?
They don't have it in this book. He's not in my book either.
I have a feeling this one's not going to work either.
I do too.
Hi, fellas. How are you? You have my name here? 25. Well, I'm going to fill out the absentee ballot. Come on, Billy, let's go.
On The Apprentice, Trump embraced his new persona. Gone was his habit of picking fights or threatening lawsuits. But off-screen, Trump kept his knives sharp. When Martha Stewart signed up for a daytime version of The Apprentice that would quickly be canceled, Trump couldn't hold his fire.
Honestly, it's like two.
It's Rosie? No, it's not.
Couldn't you take the high road? Okay,
you want me to say I apologize? I won't.
Despite 14 seasons of The Apprentice and its spin-off Celebrity
Is that where the meme comes from?
Trump was eager to keep up the impression that he was, first and foremost, a developer. Throughout the 2000s, more and more Trump-branded buildings went up around the world. And in 2007, he unveiled his newest trophy tower, a hotel in Dubai.
That property's incredible, just reading about it. What is it per square foot?
I think architecturally it's going to be one of the most beautiful buildings anywhere in the world. It's special, and Dubai is a special place. And
By 2009, it was canceled due to the global financial collapse. But beginning back in the late 90s, Trump had started purchasing golf courses. And reports indicate that he's been able to earn a surprisingly high rate of return for these investments.
What did it cost you to build this?
The total cost was about $55 million.
But by and large, the era of constructing his own buildings was coming to an end, especially at home in New York. The last time Trump's company put up a new building in Manhattan was 2001. And despite the hype around The Apprentice, the last time anyone paid Trump to put his name on a New York City building was in 2007.
You have to be very smart. You have to know your subject. You can never have somebody so smart that he's smarter than you. You have to be the smart one.
But that sounds like you surround yourself with stupid people.
No, you just have to be very smart people.
It wasn't until the end of the decade that Trump was ready to finally enter politics, combining all the tools he'd been honing, the public feuds, the obfuscation, and his deft handling of the media.
The world laughs at us. They won't be laughing if I'm president. If I decide to run, and that's a big decision for me, including the fact, frankly, that I would have to give up one of the most successful shows on television, which is a lot of money and a lot of prestige and a lot of power.
Despite years of public pining for the White House, Trump's first real entry into politics didn't go quite as planned. Trump targeted President Obama's background, a subject that Trump insisted was a legitimate topic.
We'll have to see what, perhaps it's going to say Hawaii. Perhaps it's going to say Kenya.
But Trump's critics described as conspiratorial and racist.
Obviously, we all know about your credentials and breadth of experience. For example,
damn, it looks like a banana.
Just recently, in an episode of Celebrity Apprentice, you fired Gary Busey. And these are the kind of decisions that would keep me.
Dude, it looks like Pidgeotto. That's what I was looking for. Dude, it actually does. Holy shit. Chat, does it not? Dude, that's exactly right. Holy.
These are the kind of decisions that would keep me up at night.
Trump didn't back down despite the public scolding, but his biggest mistake in that first foray might have just been picking a fight with somebody with a bigger bully pulpit than a reality TV show.
Go on, dude.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for...
Well, that was eye-opening. Alright, next. Says me. Well, my hair is banana peel, dude, so I don't give a fuck.